Hey guys, George here, and here's 7 ships going at it for no reason. Um, Back in the day, before the update that I just did, probably about 7 was the limit that you'd see on a 6-core processor. That's what I have, a 6-core processor. So you get about 7 ships going, and it runs pretty flawlessly. But after that, it starts slowing down a bit. Oh, here another ship has just spawned, and the reason for that is just because the old algorithm for updating every ship obviously is running on its own thread, which I imagine is kind of the impressive part of the algorithm to begin with, because of all the stuff that's going on inside each ship. You've got atmosphere calculations and pathfinding for the crew and energy routing algorithms and all that garbage going on inside every single ship, not to mention the fact that they have to break into pieces. So you're doing a lot of operations on every single pixel of every single ship all the time, and there's no way that you could do that in a single thread, because the interior of a single ship is about as complicated as an entire game on itself. So I guess when I signed up to make this game, I didn't know I was signing up to write an operating system, but I've made a scheduling algorithm now. And the result is that things get a bit smoother. Now, instead of every ship running on its own thread, the processing of ships is divided into jobs. And the jobs are distributed intelligently between all the processor cores on your computer. So the game will still run a lot faster if you have a lot of processor cores, and it's still not going to run as smooth as it could because it's not fully optimized yet. There are still some things that are being dumped on the garbage collector that need to be off of there in order for the game to lose that jitteriness that happens in big battles sometimes. But, well, here's what's changed. Right now what you're seeing is already running faster than it would have run with this many ships, but I'm going to push space to spawn a few more and just show you that it still works now. And the reason is because we've really just sort of gotten an order of magnitude improvement to the performance of the engine out of this scheduling algorithm. Before, if every single ship had its own thread, then every single ship was competing for processor time. Every single ship was trying to use as much processor time as it possibly could use, and it was only the operating system that would periodically take a thread off and say, you know what, you've had your turn, and put a different thread on for it to be updated. What that meant is that small ships would update hundreds of times unnecessarily for every update that a larger ship like this one would experience. The new scheduling algorithm, the reason it was put in actually was to solve bugs with saving and loading games when that resulted essentially from threading errors, concurrency issues, things being updated twice by multiple things. Anyways, the unexpected result, or maybe the somewhat expected result, but the sort of side benefit of it, is that now, instead of updating multiple times, small ships update once, and then the thread moves on and updates the next thing. And so you can have even more ships. Hell, the concurrency of processing the interiors of all these ships is no longer a bottleneck. Actually, if I keep spawning ships, it's definitely going to slow down and stop, become unplayable. You're already seeing little jitters every now and then as I spawned all these ships, but it's not the result of threading anymore. My processor has absolutely no issue pathfinding crew around inside every single one of these ships, little guys running and putting out fires and repairing things, energy moving and heat sinks dissipating heat and explosions exploding, and all these things happening inside every single one of these ships. Has no problem doing that. In fact, the only limitation now for the size of big battles is just the memory management of all of of playing all the animations and cleaning up all of the memory after things are sort of destroyed and tossed out. And oh, that'll slow it down a bit. It didn't like spawning all those, but after the garbage collector deals with it, it kind of speeds up again. Yep, and there it's going again. So, the new update brings lots of stability. That was what the whole point of this update was really meant to be. Because managing how threads start and stop and what are done with them, the whole point of that was to make save games more reliable and to make going in and out of ships less prone to errors. And I think that's been a success, although we need to do more testing. This whole speed up of having a bajillion ships all fighting each other at the same time was just a side benefit. So I encourage you guys to go out there and spawn some things and try blowing them up, and tell me if you find any issues with the new threading system. But so far it seems like a huge success, and I'm glad you guys came here to listen to me brag about it for a bit. Oh, I really shouldn't have spawned so many ships. This is going slow. Thanks for watching.